Dragonlords, a campaign that I have wanted to run since it was first announced on Kickstarter, and it is finally happening. And it starts in a tavern, which kind of surprised me because it's written by some of the greatest fantasy writers slash creators of all time. The OG BioWare guys that brought you like Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 and Knights of the Old Republic and um, all those good games. And I was like, man, but we're gonna start in a tavern. Okay. Um, but they aren't just starting in a tavern. Like they had a reason to start in the tavern. The reason was for individual reasons that were kind of handled before the game started. So I guess session 0, as it were. They found out they were summoned to the heartlands of Thylea by the Oracle to find out what their greater destiny was. And because there were 6 people coming from different parts of the entire continent slash world, they needed a central place to meet. And since they were not allowed to go anywhere near the Oracle until they passed the test that she had laid down for them, which was killing the legendary boar, it made sense to meet somewhere. So they met at the Sour Vintage, which is a pretty cool name, because ancient Greece, drinking wine, all that jazz. Fortunately, I had this unbelievably amazing tavern map, and I just filled it to the brim with miniatures, because I really wanted the first session to be very roleplay heavy. Because even though I was able to meet with some players for session 0 or pseudo session 0, like, through Discord and chat and all that kind of stuff, the players themselves hadn't really gotten to meet up. So meeting in a tavern actually had a lot of uses. It allowed lots of socialization. It allowed the characters to meet each other. It allowed them to interact with the world. It allowed them to get comfortable in a comfortable, safe place with who they are. I have had campaigns where you start as slaves and you have to escape. Like you're shanghaied as pirates. You're captured by giants, and the giants get attacked by dragons. And in the middle of the dragon attack against the giants, you have to escape into the frozen north in your underpants with nothing to survive. Those are all extremely cool ways to start campaigns, but this campaign is supposed to be character-centric. Character story-centric, character decisions, character roleplay, character. This is a character-driven story. So having a safe, neutral, traditional place to start the adventure was actually a brilliant idea. Who knew? Who knew that these BioWare guys knew what they were doing? It also allowed for some gladiator fighting, which resulted in some really cool scenes between Alexei and Philippocles. The two of them kind of fought it out, and everyone assumed that Philippocles was going to win, and Alexei actually won, which is fantastic. It also allowed me to inadvertently get Philippocles to fall in love with a certain NPC that fuels the plot pretty heavily later on. And overall, meeting in a tavern, not the worst way to start a game, as long as it's well thought out and well executed. And we did, even with our 3-hour session, still get in a combat there at the end. They went out and kicked the crap out of some wild pigs while they were looking for the great boar. So overall, good stuff. Starting in a tavern, not so bad.